Hi everybody, I'm the Reluctant Reviewer.
And I'm Kewpie83.
And this is part 3 of our little ongoing series of 4, showing you books that you might use in your hunts for dolls. So this one is by Patricia Smith again, who we talked about in the last video, all about Aleranderkins. So if you're a young collector, I know we have a few young collectors, they might really want to look for these and find a doll that in the book that they want to hunt for.
Yeah, so it's all the smaller Madame Alexanders.
1953 to 1964 it looks like. For
Color pictures.
Aleranderkins.
We have the color photos, some black and white photos, and then it jumps into color, so it's a bit of a hodgepodge, but some of them are super cute.
Because in color I can see their cute little face.
Yeah, and it shows you like some of the exclusives, like there's 2 Neiman Marcus ones up on the top of the right page here. So other ones you might want to look for. But yeah, that's a fun little resource.
So if you collect Alexanders or are new to Alexanders, that might be something for you. Another one, these are all the different companies that I've seen that they have books for. You know, I try to get them if I could find them, but the publishers for collectors guides has really gone down. They don't exist anymore.
No, unfortunately, it's all online.
So this one's Collector's Guide to Horseman Dolls, 1865 to 1950. So you'll get those early babies in here,
Right.
which is really nice. And it tells you history of the company. Lots of things of the early days of Horsemen.
I like the books that are specific to companies because they do have the information on how the company got started and like some tidbits.
And the kids who are there, that probably took over the company. Dolls of the teens,
The end of the
dolls
era.
of the 20s, the regal years, the 30s and 40s. So it's got a really nice history after the war. And this is by Don Jensen. And it used to be sold through collector books.
Yeah, great if you like dolls from like the 30s, 40s, or like 50s.
Right. This is a book by Patricia Schumacher, Patsy Dolls Family Encyclopedia. So, are you a Patsy collector? Oh, that's funny, I just went on the one that I have a reproduction of.
And I think there are some people that said they collect Patsies. I think I've seen some comments.
So you probably have this, but if you're a new collector, you might enjoy it. Even the Patsy faces, though, those look okay in black and white, so those are cute. And there are a few color pages in here also.
Looks like this one did away with the actual price guide element of it all, which is totally fine because it wouldn't help you. But yeah, this one doesn't have like the prices that they would have been.
Well, Madame Alexander used to take their book and they just give a separate price guide each year that changed that you would just insert into your book.
Yeah, but there were no pictures in there.
No, there weren't. It was all text. So cute pictures on the back too. So it might be something that you want to look for. And then there's, let's see, the history on here. This one doesn't have very much as far as the history.
No, a little bit, a couple pages it looked like.
Yeah.
So that's the Patsy Family Encyclopedia.
Here's a favorite, if only just to look at the pretty pictures.
Yeah, I agree. I do like this book.
The Art of Patti Playpal. And you've got pictures on the back and they're all so pretty.
It's a really nice book, and it's one I think that's relatively more recent, within the past like 20 years.
Jennifer A.H. Cohn, Rita J. McCloskey, and Pauline V. Yohe. So it's a great book. This one doesn't show it shows more history. It doesn't show prices as much.
Right, it's definitely more of a, if you're interested in learning more about Patti Playpal and seeing pictures of pretty, pristine Patti Playpal.
Beautiful pictures, yes.
They're so cute.
They're so cute. And then it does show the family. So you have pictures of the family.
Yeah, it's a great book, especially if you like big toddler-sized dolls.
And if you want to really see the expressions on a minty-looking doll, it's great. Hard to find.
Bonnie
Very
and Johnny.
expensive.
But yeah,
but
really
it's
nice book.
definitely for something just to make you smile and say, ooh, can I have it?
Yes.
This one is Characters of R. John Wright. It's an unauthorized identification and price guide. And this is by Shirley Bertrand. And she is the lady that I used to buy dolls from at Shirley's Doll House, who's passed away. So this is her book. She loved our John Wright. And this is another one that's got lots of pictures of his different collections.
Which is always fun to see, because I feel like he's done a lot in his career.
Mm-hmm. And the prices have gone down on our John Wright.
I didn't know that. They're still expensive, though.
They're still high, but if you look at the auction site, they're still not going away for really high prices, higher than what he normally sold them for. Except the Shirley Temple. Shirley Temple, that's it, like a deal I think you do. You pay so much. But if you're an our John Wright fan, this has got some pretty pictures, and then you can see all the collection he's done. I'll put it here. And then we have, ta-da!
Little Kiddles.
Which is a fun, nice little tiny book.
And there are some Kiddle collectors out there, so if you don't have this, you may want to consider it.
Tamela Storm and Deborah Van Dyke, Dolls and Accessories. It's a nice little paperback book. And shows you all the different lines. So it's a good book to have if you want to collect little Kiddles. I think it shows you variations too on the outfits if there's a variation, which is nice to know.
Yeah. It's a nice size too. You can bring it to a show and kind of like go through it and kind of know what you're looking at.
That's right. Go through it before you go to a show. And then you write down everything you're looking for. Horseman dolls. Another history type one. Vinyl era 1950 to the present. I need to get the antique ones that go with these companies because I've been finding lots of antique type dolls from those days, and I don't have any books on them.
Well, you do have the Horseman book because that ends in 1950.
True.
But other companies, you're right.
Yeah. Where's the horse? Oh, that one's the 1865. Yeah. So actually, oh, that's right. I do have a nice set for that one. I didn't even notice that went there. So another Horseman book. This is another Horseman book to go with the other, the antique one. This is the plastic years and vinyl years. It's done a little different.
More like a yearbook.
It is.
And then you have some
It's
prices,
history.
And some history.
And then you have all mint in box, which is nice to see, mint in box. You do have some color pictures and finagled with some black and white pictures.
And it's A to Z.
Right, so you have to know the name, or it's just fun to look at it and pick out a letter and say, oh, what haven't I looked at on eBay yet? Because that's what I do. Usually I'll pick up the book, and I've read it 10 times, and then I'll look at it again, and I'll go, wow, I don't remember reading that one before, and then look for it on eBay.
Yeah, and they have up until the 90s, so the present day, which ends with
Reproductions.
2006. There's a 2006 doll in here.
The reproduction ones, I think.
2002, 95. So yeah, it goes up into the early 2000s.
Which is cool. Shirley Temple. I always had a Shirley Temple book when I was young, and it got lost in the flood with my Dion book, which I would like to find a Dion price guide book.
That would be really nice.
Because I had a really nice one. This one, lots of lovely photos. Also shows you how to do Shirley's curls. If you are redoing a doll, it shows you all the different types of wardrobe that you might find on a Shirley that you've never seen before and you're wondering if it's real or not.
Really nice pictures of like pristine Shirley Temple dolls.
Beautiful Shirleys. It just gets you so happy.
There's so many Shirley Temple dolls. Like, it's hard to know like the details on it. If you find one that's naked at a doll show or something, or that has a dress you've never seen before.
Right, and on which size Shirley that you have too, because they probably were different ones.
Right. So it's a nice resource.
It is a good resource, and I've used this one a bunch of times lately. This one is by Tanya Bervaldi Camerata. So it's the Complete Guide to Shirley Temple Dolls and Collectibles, Identification and Value Guide. So the back part here, you'll see the pins, and you'll see sheet music, which is kind of nice. All the extra stuff that you would like to go if you're definitely a Shirley collector. All the little molds, different Shirley stuff, which is really the cool part of it. That's the part I find most interesting. Then you have the Encyclopedia of Nancy Ann Storybook Dolls. This is volume 2. I don't have a volume 1 by Elaine M. Hardy.
Yeah.
Hardy. It's a pretty cover.
Mm-hmm.
Nancy Ann's are fun to look for, and it gives you all the different ones there are.
And I feel like we see those a lot at shows, and they're not going for high prices, so it's definitely a collection where you can start it relatively easily. And this is a great resource if, you know, because if they have their outfits, you can tell who they are.
And you can get them in composition and hard plastic, too. The baby ones, those are so cute. I have one of the baby ones. So it's a good guide.
Yeah, don't look at the prices just because the prices are completely wrong.
Well, this was also done by collector books. All these books, you would think they'd still be around doing stuff.
You would think.
You would think. This one is the Madame Alexander Collector Dolls, which the only thing I get disappointed at is it's all in black and white. And this is the one that used to come with the yearly new price guide for it, so that you could say, oh, here's my book. Oh, there it is, right there. That's one of the price guides. You could order these each time. But it does have the sad little black and white pictures.
Yeah. I mean,
And Alexander needs to be in color.
It does, because you're missing, like, the cheek color and, like, the eye color. There's so many pretty faces, and it's all to do with the hand painting.
And so it's only a small grouping that's in color.
Yeah, it's like the newer ones are, but what about the classic ones?
I know, because you're an Alexander girl. Okay. Another favorite book, Sasha Dolls, Syrian Identification. Syria Identification by Susanna E. Lewis with Anne Louise Chandler and Anne Botha. This, if you collect Sasha's, this is helpful. Or being in their Facebook group is also helpful. They have, they go over all things like this. Types of ears, types of noses.
Styles.
What kind of head do you have? Was it made after she died? What kind of ponytail? What kind of hairline does she have?
All the details that Sasha collectors will talk about on the Facebook page, and you're like, what is this? What?
And on the Facebook page, they do have files so that you can look at it on their Facebook page. But it's still nice to have a book in your hand that you can go peruse with your dolls and say, oh, mine looks more like that one. Because to me, every little Sasha looks a little bit different than the others.
Yeah, it's a great book. Definitely a great resource.
So this one you like. So buy Sasha's.
Yeah, and I think this one was more recent, too.
Yeah.
It's not an older title.
No,
because you can get it with the book plate still.
Yeah. Well, that's because she has her website. I think she does them off her website.
So this one's easier to find than some of the others.
Here's one. Do you collect Dawns? Do you like fashion dolls? Tiny fashion dolls? Here's a Dawn book. By Benita Schwartz. Through, which doll company was this?
Hobby House.
Hobby House. That's another one we don't see anymore.
Yeah,
Hobby House Press.
I don't think Hobby House exists.
What a shame. So if you look at this, there's lots of color pictures.
Yeah, great for a Dawn collector, which you can also find relatively easily at shows.
Yes, we do see a lot of Dawn dolls. The trick with the Dawn dolls is finding one that the wire hasn't changed the color in the wrong spot.
Right.
You know, knees, we know. The bendable knees, a lot of times they're always that way. But there's so many different lines. And if you're a young collector, you might want to collect Dawns. They're pretty affordable out there.
Yeah, so another good book
Good
for
book.
a more modern doll line.
So this one is not just Barbie, it's all things that Mattel made, which is a good resource. Let's see, what do we have? The Disney collection that Mattel did.
Which there's lots of those, so if you're a Disney collector, this might be good for you. We have Barbies, we have Jazzies in there, Heart Family's probably in there. Spectra.
All those little things that you see sometimes, well, you see them at doll shows, you don't do it sometimes, you do see them. You see the cuties there, and if you didn't know what they were, this book will tell you. Heart Family, Princess of Power, more
So
Heart Family.
Lots of the non-Barbie lines.
Can't see upside down.
And it's color pictures. There's rock
Rock flowers and Sunshine Family.
And it looks like they have it broken down by like character dolls and then playline dolls and things of that nature.
Celebrity and character dolls, and then children's line, Disney classics, Barbie dolls. So
there's lots of pictures in here to look through and be like, oh, I remember that, or oh, I want that, or oh, I don't remember that.
Rosebud, Sweet 16, Honey Hill Bunch, all the separate line, that the Star Spangled dolls that use the use the Sunshine Family face molds and body molds, which I had never known existed until I looked at one of these books and I said, huh? Isn't that a isn't that a Sunshine Family? I'm like, no, it's not. It's a separate doll line.
Native American.
Star Spangled Dolls. It's a Pocahontas.
Yeah.
And it's a jazz performer and a Liberty
pilgrim.
Patriot. A pilgrim. So when I would think that when I saw them on eBay, oh, somebody redressed them, but they're not.
So yeah, a really good resource for just like the other things Mattel has put out.
30 years. How many Crissy fans are there? You can get Crissy Doll and Her Friend's Guide for collectors.
There's a few out there.
There are a few. And this is a really nice little book too. If you're trying to figure out if your outfit that you have is really a Crissy outfit, or it shows you ones, the catalog reprints, which is nice. I love the catalogs. And all the different lines and moving Crissy and twisting Crissy, butterfly Crissy, and the other things that you could buy for her. So this is a really nice picture book too.
And I know there's some collectors out there, so if you're a Crissy collector and you don't have this guide, you might want to Google it.
Right. All right, another one for this series. Here's another Madame Alexander one. The Collector's Encyclopedia of Madame Alexander Dolls, 1948 to 1965. Ooh, a nice early one.
Yeah, that's part of my collection, and it's because I prefer that era of dolls. So you have really nice color pictures of a bunch of Madame Alexanders from that era. And so you have the Aleranderkins, you have babies, then it goes into the taller hard plastic dolls eventually. So they're really great examples of Madame Alexanders, and because it's color, you can see their cheek, their makeup, their eyes and their cheeks and their lips. Like you can see the artistry that was put into them. So that's another book series to look for.
Pretty pictures.
Yeah, it's definitely like a wish book. So that's by Linda Krausley.
So, have a gander. Maybe it's something you'd like. And then last up that we have on the table right now is The Collector's Guide to Ideal Dolls, the 2nd edition. Pretty pictures. Pretty pictures. You gotta love it. It's all in color except for catalog reprints. So, from Dorothy, and I can't see upside down.
Other dolls. There's like baby Jesus is in there.
Which is an interesting story if you ever wanted to read it. That was the doll that they said almost took them out of the business. And some were used to fill a marine area because people couldn't sell them.
Weird.
It's an interesting, if you ever think about it, look it up. Tammy dolls, Bewitched, and what was your other name? Oh, this is just the Samantha doll. And then you have the Misty dolls too, which look like Samantha, just a little bit different.
Yeah, and Ideal has some cute dolls, so it's definitely worth looking at.
And just pop in Minton box and then a doll's name, and you might be able to find something for Christmas. So that's number 3, and we'll be back with part 4. Bye.
Bye.